Boehner is, I think foremost a politician more than an ideologue, but yet he's going to have to deal with these people coming in on the Senate side. Lawrence O'Donnell last night again and again and again raised the issue of Rand Paul on his own, which he might be able to do, stopping the raising or voting to let the debt ceiling go up, which could bankrupt the country and trigger a global economic crisis.
That's if he filibusters a debt ceiling.
I think that's.
Why would he do that? What would be the purpose? He eventually would have to give up. I mean, why would you filibuster something you eventually would have to concede anyway? What would be the point of it? He couldn't stop the government from No, but he couldn't filibuster it permanently, so he'd end up having to give up.
Well, he says he believes in this.
No, you're missing. Look, you're arguing an argument, David, that doesn't work here. You can't filibuster a debt ceiling because eventually you have to concede and let it go up.
Well, I think you're right, but there's a lot of extremism within the Tea Party, and I think that's going to be difficult for the leaders to manage, and they're going to have to make some compromise.
Let's lighten this up.
Something, Chris.
Go ahead.
Let me say something. David just used the word extremism. These people have been called every single name you can think of. Harry Reid started off in the summer of 2009 saying they're evil mongers. Nancy Pelosi called them un-American. These people and their leaders have been trashed, and so they don't even belong in politics by the media and by the culture.
These are the
and this is one of the reasons, quite frankly, let me finish. This is one of the reasons these people are so alienated from regular politics. They have their own movement, their own cause. Right now, the Republican Party is their instrument.
And they have their own set of facts and their own demagoguery. So they talk about death panels. They talk about death panels that don't exist. They come to the Capitol and they shout Nazis. They chant Nazis about the Democrats. If that's not extreme, Pat, then you define for me what extremism in American politics is.
I want to stop this. I just know the first member of the Congress to talk about her colleagues being un-American was Michele Bachmann of Minnesota on this program when she said she wanted the media to conduct an investigation of the Democratic side of the aisle for un-American thinking and activity. Well, let's take a look at our interview last night. It was kind of lighthearted, people say. So you guys decided this is lighthearted or not. This is my interview with Congresswoman Bachmann last night. Let's listen. Well, you used the subpoena power to do what you said on my program you would do. Investigate the Democratic members of Congress for un-American activities.
I think the first thing we're going to do is try and set the economy in order because jobs is the big issue.
Who do you want to investigate the Democratic members of Congress for un-American thinking?
Well, the plan that I've been talking about all through this election is really four things, and I would encourage the new Republican leadership to take this on as the agenda in 2011.
Are you hypnotized? Has someone put you under a trance tonight? Did you give me the same answer no matter what question I put to you?
I think the American people are the ones that finally are speaking tonight. We're coming out of our trance.
Well, I don't know. That was a strange conversation. I didn't plan to accuse her of being under hypnosis, but it did seem odd. Pat, I know these people were schooled in the fact of answering questions with their own prepared material, but 4 or 5 times it was as if she couldn't hear me, and she was coming out with the prepared statement. Maybe she wasn't under hypnosis, but she was acting it. But she was the one that actually did call on us to use our powers as media people to investigate Democrats for un-American activities. I don't think she's familiar with HUAC or the whole history of that House committee, but you are and I am.
I am.
You got Pattis.
I have no problem with it. Hey, Chris, but here's the thing. You know what? She feels you were asking her a gotcha question. You're raising something where she did make a mistake. I was right on the show, came on after her, and I said I defend what she says, but not that. And she feels you're using this one moment and you're to embarrass her. She's going to ignore your gotcha question. She's going to make her case through MSNBC, and she's going to stick it right back to you.
Well, that's fine. That's fair enough.
They look upon the media, frankly us, as adversaries and opponents whom you score off of, and you realize they are on the other side. That's what the Tea Party folks feel.
But also they don't want to take honest questions. Well, she said that. The same, how many Tea Party Republicans have you had on in the last couple of weeks? And you ask them, okay, you want to raise, you want to keep the taxes low on the well-to-do. That's going to add almost $1 trillion to the deficit. How are you going to pay for that? How many honest answers have you gotten from them, Chris? You've been trying to do that for how many weeks now?
Now you're saying they're just dishonest people. And
no, I'm saying that they're not talking honestly about questions towards them.
I thought we'd do this in a lighthearted
explain
fashion.
how they're gonna-
Patrick, use your good offices and get Congresswoman Bachmann on the program anytime she'll come on. I think she's a delightful guest, and it's always a great opportunity to meet with her. Anyway, Pat Buchanan, David Corn, I stick to my theory about hypnosis.